Good morning. I'm Drew Ebersole, and I'm going to talk about harnessing the true power of children this morning. Remember back to 2007, 4th of July, where a very sweet young girl named Zena Linnick was tragically abducted, raped, and murdered from behind her house. It was unthinkable, and it's the worst kind of tragedy that any human being could ever engage in. And from there, only darkness. But from that point of darkness came an opportunity to choose. Are we going to fall back in anger and revenge and fear, or we're going to use this as some sort of opportunity to rise like a phoenix from the ashes? And that's exactly what happened when we took that perspective. We started to look at this differently. This wasn't just tragedy and devastation. This was pure opportunity to do something magical in our community. And it could only be done with the children. When we started to really engage them in a process, when we started to talk to them about what they wanted, when we started to allow them to show up, something magical began to happen. This was truly different. It was a unique opportunity. And they came up, this is their design, 5th graders at McCarver, with the concept of play in peace. Only the purity and transparency of a child's mind can something so simple and so powerful be transformed and offered for our community. And what they did was astounding. They spoke in front of Senate committees, they spoke in front of the governor, they wrote letters, they designed the parks themselves in conjunction with all of the partners in our community. And they did marvelous, incredible, creative, powerful, real-time work. The secret was listening. Truly taking the time to engage them in meaningful dialogue, not pat on the head, dog and pony show type of dialogue, but authentic dialogue. What's in your heart now? What do you want? Giving them a voice and a place to share it. There are too many people to thank in a 5-minute lightning talk, although I can talk pretty fast, not that fast. So all the people that are here that are part of it, you know who you are. And gratitude resides within our hearts for all that you have done to make this happen. But again, it was all about listening. And a seat at the table. What's one thing right now that we do not have in this room? Children at the table. And shame on us for that, not to bring shame or guilt about that, but because the concept of that is different, it's strong, it's powerful, it's real. Everybody right now is an exercise. Take your hands and interlock your fingers together. And looking down, notice if you have your right thumb or your left thumb on top. You know what this tells you about yourself? Absolutely nothing. But what it does say is somewhere in your life, maybe in the womb, you interlocked your fingers like this for the first time, and guess what? It became your habit. So much so that I'd like you to take every finger and interlock it the opposite way with the opposite thumb on top right now. How does it feel? Awkward, weird, unusual, because we are creatures of habit. And maybe the habits that we have built have been not constructed around inviting children to the dialogue, to the table, to listen to them deeply, but more around the possibility of only doing things to or for children. What if we rethought the habit and we invited them to do things with, in a real partnership? Because I'll tell you, we never would have gotten the money for that park if those children's voices had not been heard. They were the power behind it. They were the engine. And there's a purity and a transparency there that's unbelievable. One day, Professor Lisa Hoffman and I, who's here today, were strolling up to McCarver Elementary in partnership with the universities to do some design work with the kids, and a young girl named Olivia came bounding out of that school. Unbridled energy. Mr. Ebersole, it was wonderful. We worked at the university kids, we wrote speeches, we're going to do tremendous things. I said, that's wonderful, Olivia. Both of us were laughing. I said, Olivia, what's one thing you're going to take away from today? And she said, it feels like we're closing a door on the past and opening a window to the future. And it's beautiful. And Lisa and I were stunned. But we realized we hit on something imperative, important, that our parks and our schools and our cities had all combined to create, and our universities. And we watched her walk back into that school, and we knew that she was on a different trajectory. We knew that her course had changed forever. They realized they had power. And not only that, but we may underestimate that power. Because the tenderness and purity of life is the real power, not cynicism. So remember, everybody clasp their hands the other way again. We're gonna think differently, not to or for, but with our children, with them at the table, in our meetings. Does it take time? Yes. But when you do it, you open up a window to the future, pure imagination, and something beautiful for all of us. Thank you very much.